Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Make sure you do so today before you leave. Make sure to thumbs up the video and make sure to share on all your social media networks that you happen to be on at this time. Hello and happy Sunday. Yes. Flavor Crew, guys, we have made it to Sunday. All my newbies, if you're new to my channel, welcome to the livest channel on YouTube. Welcome to the Flavor Crew. You are here with me and I want to welcome you to my channel. I hope you enjoy what you see today. All right. So without further ado, let's definitely get into the video. Okay, so today's topic is it's like I hope it doesn't come off as a mini rant, but it might. So excuse me. Excuse me from jump, excuse me. But really it's just my observations of just singleness in your 30s and just how it's different from singleness in your 20s and any other time in life. Basically, like, as it goes up it gets a little bit different. So yeah. Okay, so I just kind of woke up this morning just kind of thinking about some things. And it's just, I mean, you see so many videos online, you see so many articles and magazines and just, all over the internet, different blog posts that talk about, waiting and just being patient, how it's not your fault that you are single. I read a blog post yesterday that about it from a young lady, and she was saying that it's not your fault if you're still single, and I thought it was a pretty neat blog post. And she was saying how people are encouraged to, a lot of the time singles are encouraged to just do what's practical, like go out more, smile more, and things like that, smile at strangers more, especially women, like, because we always are accused of having what, resting bitch face. So we're always encouraged to smile more at men, and it's just craziness, right? So yeah, we're always encouraged to do the more practical things of going out and trying to, like, magically place ourselves in these different environments where eligible men might be, such as like our church house, different events, maybe a sporting bar, or things of that nature. So yeah, her point was, if we all were doing the practical things, then everybody probably would be married. Yeah, and I agree with her. Like, yeah, I mean, I think personally, essentially, when it comes to doing the practical things, like, everybody kind of already is. Like, I think in our day-to-day lives, we already are doing the practical things. You're doing the practical thing by going about your day-to-day schedule when you leave out your house. If you have children, if you're taking them to school, I mean, you're getting seen by eligible men there. I mean, because it could be a single dad, it could be a teacher looking at you. You never know. So, I mean, and some women have met their husbands that way. So, I think doing the practical thing, you're already kind of doing that. So it kind of leaves you to say, well, what's next? What else? What else can I do? Because I'm already doing the practical thing by just getting up every day and doing the best I can do and just living my life like it's golden. So, I'm just living my life, that's all I'm doing, so I'm already doing the practical things, so it can get kind of annoying because I've gotten that same advice, as far as like, you should go out more, you should do this, and it's kind of tiring and it sounds tedious because you're like, I don't even know where to go. Like, you're trying to figure out where to go, and then when you go to a place, it can be disappointing. Let's say you do go to an event and you look cute and you got yourself together, hair done, nails done, toes done, everything. You got your new outfit, you go out, and maybe you get like a hello from a guy, a couple of guys, or maybe you get some chatter from a guy, but it doesn't go anywhere beyond that. Like, how discouraging, so, like, and that's been my experience, like, in the past. Like, that was like maybe a couple of years ago, where I've had interactions with guys, but it didn't go anywhere. But I was out. I did the practical thing and I went out to events. I know it's something that you have keep doing. Like it's an ongoing process. So I know that that's what they mean. Like you can't stop going. You have to keep on doing it, and then that's tedious as well because now I feel like a hamster on a wheel. I'm like, well, how long am I supposed to do this? Until Mr. Right comes along, because it seems like for everyone else, their stories are so perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever watched on YouTube? You can just go on YouTube and type in how we met, and like a bunch of stories will come up, a bunch of videos will come up about different couples on how they met. And I love listening to those little videos. It's so romantic, but anyway, when you listen to those stories, like it's so perfect how everything came together for them. She be like, oh, I was in this group at the church, and he like, and I was doing this, and all of a sudden I just came and I became a member, and then like fast forward 6 months later, I looked at her, I noticed her, blah blah blah. I just started talking to her friend first, got more information on her. All of a sudden we together. You were like, what? That was perfect. and it's like when they tell their story, you see God. Like you can see God all up and through their story of how they met. And then it just leaves you to ask God, so what about me? You like, that was ingenious, Lord, what you did for them. I see you, Lord. Like, that was good. But what about me, though? Like, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, you haven't forgotten me, have you? So, it's just, it gets you down in the dumps. Sometimes it does. So, yeah. So I did go through an article called the Zoe Report. ZoeReport.com. So it's an article called 7 Reasons That Being Single in Your 30s is the Best. So she is convinced that this decade is the best. So I'm just going to quickly go through her reasons. She said, you become okay with going places alone. I can attest to that. Like, I go to the gym, by myself mostly. Now the gym is the one place where it's like you'll go and you try to be cute because you want to get attention from the guys. I do sometimes, but like I said, it doesn't go anywhere. It's like, hello, how you doing? And that's pretty much it, or a smile or whatever, or flirt. But I'm like, what about that number though? But yeah, I definitely could attest to that. Going places alone, you do get more comfortable because you have nobody but yourself to rely on. Number 2, you have time to make friends who fit a fully formed you, meaning basically you're gonna make some real friends, like not the fake friends who like the immature, broken down, non-godly version of you. you gonna get the friends who God has sent for you, the ones who are gonna appreciate who you are and who you have become at this era and stage in your life. So definitely can appreciate that. I'm looking forward to that. Dating is easier. What she means by that is you have your standards now, and you'll be more forthcoming about your standards, and it's easier to kind of be straight out the gate with it. When you first meet a guy, as opposed to kind of playing around your 20s, you kind of were like, kind of lollygagging and, just playing around and kind of not sure. You weren't sure who you were. And so you didn't really know where you wanted to be. It's like you kind of had an idea of where you wanted to be. And I can relate to this. I was like that too in my 20s. I wanted a boyfriend, but at the same time, you wanted to be appealing and appeasing to every man who approached you. So you tried to kind of dumb yourself down or cater yourself to what he wanted at the time. And so you didn't really know because you just wanted that attention. You just didn't want him to leave. And so you were willing to take less than what you deserve in order to have him to stick around. You learn to do things that you may not otherwise. So you're gonna learn some skills. It can be household skills. It could be maybe automotive skills. Maybe you learn how to change your own tire or something like that. You're gonna pick up on some things because when you've been alone, when you're alone by yourself, you are forced to kind of become like your own man. For my ladies. And then men are forced to become their own women, for my gentlemen. So yeah, you're gonna pick up on something. But you know what? God is all up in that because you're gonna become better for your future mate. So when they come along, they're like, "Dang, you know how to do that?" You're like, "Yeah, yeah, I learned." You know, because hey, you went so long without having them, so hey, what were you gonna do? You can travel with greater freedom. Yeah, yeah, you don't have to worry about checking in with, who gonna babysit the kids and what does your husband think about who you're going with on this trip and when you're gonna be back and all the schedule conflicts and everything. So that definitely makes sense. You learn from the mistakes of others. Yeah, yeah, I would say that's true too. You can kind of look at what your friends did, look at what they're doing in their marriages, your current married friends, if you have any. You can look at other couples that you know in the church or wherever outside the church, and you kind of get a chance to sit back and play observer, play voyeur, and you just kind of look at what they're doing, and I ain't doing that when I get married, as opposed to you being in the marriage and making these same mistakes that they're making. Every day is your own. Yes. Yes, that goes along with that freedom statement. So yeah, just being able to get up and kind of do you. Like I love that. I wouldn't trade that for the world. I can get up and kind of make my own schedule, do what I'm gonna do without kind of being having to check in with somebody. So that's really nice. You can change your whole life on a whim. That goes along with the previous statement. Basically, like I can if I want to get up and say I'm gonna go to New York in a month or two, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, then I can. I don't necessarily have to check in with anybody. So yeah, it's just a beautiful thing. It really is. Let me make sure I didn't miss any tips here. I think that was all. Yeah, that was. Yep, that was all. But yeah, so yeah, it's just having that freedom to do you, and not having to check in with anybody. However, I feel like when you're married, you are still able to have freedom. Like you're still going to be able to go on trips and do things, and it don't have to always be with your husband. You may want to go on a girls trip, and I think that he'll be fine with it. I mean, it's all about communication. So, just if you communicate well, I think you're gonna be okay. Point blank and a period. Like, it's okay. You're going to be able to do all the things that you would do as a single, but it's just now the difference is you have a partner that you have to account to. You have to kind of be accountable to and talk to, and, it's just doing a check in, so I don't see the big deal. I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference. So, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready for it. I think it's going to be fantastic. And I hope you are ready for it as well. And I hope you don't get discouraged. Don't get too discouraged with all the difficulties and the differences between dating in the 20s and the 30s and being single in 30s versus being single in your 20s. I know it could be a little petrifying. It could be a little bit annoying because it's not like when you was young and you was younger and you were playing around. And now you're like, I'm serious now and nobody wants me. Like, that's what it feels like, but that's not the case. And God knows your heart. He knows your desires. So he's going to bring them to pass whenever he's ready. And his timing is perfect. You're going to have a YouTube story too. You're going to like, this is how we met. Like, it's going to be perfect. It's gonna be perfect, and I've heard stories of people who felt the same way that we did. That's what's encouraging. They feel the same exact way that we did, because for the most part, I think married people don't be thinking about singles like they don't care about us like that because they married, and they don't be thinking about because I think they be so happy to get out of this season. I mean, they talk all that good stuff about embrace singleness, blah blah blah, but I'm like they don't give a doggone about singleness. Okay, they be thanking God like, whew, glad that's over. I think that's what I think, low key. I don't care what they say, but that's how they feel. I'm like, they ain't thinking about singleness. They don't even want to sniff singleness again. So just hold on, and be strong. Okay, I'm gonna leave you with this. Isaiah 40:31 is a very popular one, but very powerful. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. All right. So just You guys hold on to that. Hold on to God, and you will not be disappointed. I promise you. Okay? All right. So I'm out on that note. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely watch and share. Share with someone you know. Share with someone you know needs to see this. And make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. You guys have a blessed week and a blessed rest of your weekend. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.